few years ago, Metal Gear was completely dead in the water, with no foreseeable future at all. Now, Metal Gear fans are eating better than most other gaming communities. Konami is on a roll recently, revealing more and more hype information about Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which probably means it's releasing sooner than we think. But what do you mean? The trailer? Yes, we all saw that. No, I mean Metal Gear Production Hotline, which is the Japanese equivalent of the Legacy series, but with totally different reveals and information given. This makes sense. David Hayter isn't the voice of Snake in Japan, so having their own series is obvious. We get 2 plates of dinner for the price of 2 plates. They revealed more classic features returning, and some voice actors who aren't coming back for this remake. Let's dive in. We started out immediately with the reveal of the classic main menu. At the end of the video, we get a full look at it. And yeah, it looks great, even as the Delta logo. This isn't the game's default starting screen though. This is what that looks like. The way this is turned on is by selecting the Legacy style. The Legacy style is essentially the starting screen, the original camera angle, and even a filter over the game that makes it look like the original colors. We also get some other color options if you're interested, but this is all so cool. We even see the survival viewer. You can see the health bar, returning camos, and they put the descriptions on screen instead of in the viewer. There's also 2 closing buttons, I think that's an accident, and these white dots around some camos and in the tabs. We can also still turn Snake around a bunch and probably make him puke. I really hope none of the camos or face paints were removed. They then move on to the Q&A segment. Now what you're about to see is the most honest and self-roasting feedback I've ever seen. Now the first set of questions they display are in regards to some very interesting things. The top data is about more Delta info and Master Collection updates, whatever. But the juicy stuff is info about Master Collection Volume 2 and plans for MGO. Wow. This is the first time Volume 2 has been mentioned. Amazing. I'm crawling to know what's in that thing. Also, Metal Gear Online being mentioned at all implies it's coming back, which is so good because trying to play Metal Gear Online in the Phantom Pain nowadays is depressing. Also, if you didn't know, Metal Gear Online made its debut in the original Snake Eater back in 2004, so I feel like it's definitely coming back in Delta. The next set of questions is where the self-roasting comes. Metal Gear is dead and you killed it. Bugs that impact gameplay should have been fixed before release. They actually let us type whatever we want here? Based. What the fuck? This first comment is true. Konami stopped making Metal Gear games and just gave up on everything really after Kojima left. The bugs one is maybe a jab at some other games like Cyberpunk 2077 and Jedi Survivor. Konami is making it clear that Delta will not turn out that way. And this comment, I don't even know why they included that. What? The rest of the questions are general positive feedback, insults at Konami, and requests for later episodes. I don't even think some indie devs are this honest. Round of applause for Konami, genuinely. The next segment is specifically addressing comments. The first one asks if any original MGS3 staff is returning for Delta. Yeah, I know, they aren't gonna mention Kojima, except they actually do! Noriaki Okamura says his name, and that they'd love to work with him again. Literally crazy. They say how they'll be crediting him in the remake, like they kept in the Master Collection. This girl says, wow, you must have a lot of respect for the original staff. Which is probably a line inserted to let everyone know that they still fuck with Kojima heavy. They also confirmed what David Hayter meant in the Legacy series, episode 2, when he said nearly all the voice acting will return. I speculated they might be talking about Eva's famously uncredited voice actors, but no, I was wrong. They're actually talking about the lines from the Codex, where you're told about the controls. These are being replaced because this is 20 years later and the controls aren't the same anymore. They also say how some of the people who said these lines aren't around anymore. Specifically, the Japanese voice actor for Sigint has passed away, so it's his lines that are going to be replaced. And they're not using AI or anything. They're going to try and piece together new lines from the original recordings.
Raiden, I'm over here.
For those who are still around, like Major Zero, they're straight up returning to do new lines. The next question is asking if any outside studios are involved with Delta. Many, and I mean many, years ago, Virtuos was said to be involved with the remake, and it turns out this is true, which means this game has been in development for at least 3 years before now, which is why the game will be announced and released only about a year apart. They also mentioned how they aren't using the Fox engine anymore, which is a shame because that thing was made for Metal Gear and only got like 1.5 chances, but Unreal Engine is literally unreal, so it's okay. In conclusion, they ended the video with some merchandise being revealed. These vinyl records look awesome and are releasing in November. Maybe alongside Delta? I don't know. Speculation. I'm the speculator, right? I don't know. What am I speculating? I don't know.